In the thick, misty woods of the Argonne Forest, during the final stretch of World War I, over 500 American soldiers vanished. They were known as the 1st Battalion, 308th Infantry, later immortalized in history as the Lost Battalion. The official records say they were cut off by German forces during the Meuse-Argonne offensive in October 1918. Surrounded by enemy lines without food, water, or reinforcements, they held their position for 6 grueling days. Only around 200 emerged alive. But it's not the battle itself that stirs whispers in military lore. It's what followed. For decades, stories have circulated that some members of the battalion never returned. Not because they died, but because something changed them. In the years after the war, there were scattered reports across Europe and America of strange sightings. Men in tattered World War I uniforms walking alone through forests, speaking in old dialects of English and French, confused by modern machinery, afraid of light. Some were chalked up to traumatized veterans. Others were never found again. One of the eeriest accounts came from a French farmer in the 1930s, who claimed a man knocked on his door, asking in broken French for Major Whittlesey, the commander of the Lost Battalion, long deceased by then. The man was barefoot, his uniform moldy and torn, with a bayonet still strapped to his back. When the farmer offered him a place to rest, the soldier vanished into the woods. He was never seen again. In the 1970s, a hiker in the Argonne reported finding a rusted U.S. Army dog tag buried under a pile of leaves, engraved with the name of a soldier who had supposedly been buried in France decades earlier. When the body was exhumed, the casket was empty. No bones, no uniform, just folded linen and dirt. The Army sealed the report. Local villagers, however, began speaking of les hommes gris, the gray men, wandering the forest at night, always 5 or 6, never speaking, never aging. In a more recent account, a military reenactor claimed that during a centennial commemoration in 2018, he took a photo of the woods near where the battalion had been trapped. In the developed image, faint figures stood among the trees. Men in outdated uniforms, eyes glowing faintly in the mist. Digital analysts ruled it as lens flare, but the reenactor swore no one had been there. Could it be that some soldiers from the Lost Battalion never made it home? Not because they perished, but because they became part of the forest itself? Trapped in some in-between place, waiting for orders that never came? History records the tragedy as a tale of perseverance. But the rumors tell another version of soldiers who never left. Soldiers who may still be wandering, listening, watching. On Memorial Day, we lay wreaths for the known and the named. But deep in the Argonne Forest, some say the missing are still out there. Not fallen, not forgotten, just lost. Subscribe to Behind the Veil for more historical hauntings, military mysteries, and the strange echoes of war.